The problem is big. It is in the shadows a lot of times.
Because you have to figure we are dealing with master manipulators and vulnerable people.
Jerry Muma of Olympia runs a nonprofit dedicated to helping survivors of human trafficking. But at one point, she was a victim herself.
I was trafficked at a young age and really struggled through life up until my early 30s. People need to be educated. They need to understand that this is something that could happen to them or their loved ones.
Human trafficking is an international criminal enterprise, organized crime where the commodity isn't guns or drugs, it's human beings.
Sell the drugs once and they're gone, and you need to go and get more drugs to sell. But with a human being, they're a reusable commodity, and you are able to sell them over and over and over again.
And human traffickers are drawn to that human commodity in Washington for two main reasons: the state's unique geography and ease of access to victims.
Not only does Seattle have ports, Tacoma has ports, we have a port here in Olympia. We are on the I-5 corridor, and that runs all the way from Canada pretty much down into Mexico. And if you look at the National Human Trafficking Hotline data and their heat-seeking map, the entire corridor down the whole West Coast, with a population, high-density population in red, the whole coast is on fire.
And over time, it's gotten worse. Federal sex and labor trafficking records show in 2015, Washington State had 194 identified victims. The numbers dipped during the pandemic, but in 2021, the number landed at 337, up more than 70% in the 6-year time frame.
Behind the scenes on the internet, and behind closed doors and in luxury apartments here in downtown Seattle, there is a pervasive sex trafficking market that's going on that's victimizing women, children, and men every single day.
The feds, tasked with trying to stamp out human trafficking, say victims often don't see a way out.
In some cases, some of the victims may not be aware that they're being trafficked, or the situation they've been put in is so difficult for them, and they are so fearful that they're afraid to come to law enforcement.
I've seen some really heart-wrenching things in my time working these investigations, from child exploitation to human trafficking.
The promise is a broken promise within labor trafficking and sex trafficking.
Experts in the field, like Jerry Muma, say the ruse traffickers use is consistent and effective. The offer of opportunity, money, even love.
Promising them money.
Hey, I've got a great job for you.
A safe place to stay.
And then you get there and you're not getting paid. The job wasn't what you thought it was. I've been on labor trafficking farms where folks are forced to sleep on cardboard boxes, eat outside in a common pot, no running water.
Jerry was lucky. She was able to get out.
In my early 30s, I was able to get completely out of the industry. My clean and sober 24-year date was April 11th, and that was also my last day in any type of exploitation situation. I call human trafficking a equal opportunity destroyer. There can be anybody. It doesn't matter what your socioeconomic level is. It doesn't matter your race, your ethnicity, age.
Jerry says what happened to her can happen to anyone. And to solve it in a hub like Washington State is going to take everyone, even you.
I use this really technical term. It's called TYG. Trust your gut. And if something doesn't feel right, look into it a little bit more. The general public, if they see something, they need to be calling the National Human Trafficking Hotline. Nobody is in too deep, and I believe that everybody has resilience. There is hope, and there is a future for you.